Hey, what's going on, guys? This is going to be the absolute best, super fast Alpha Omega solo Easter egg guide. Tons of awesome tips and strategies included, of course, so let's go. Here's the class setup that you must run, and at this point in time, just note that if you need any tutorials on how to do any of the things I mentioned in this video, a link to my DLC 3 Alpha Omega playlist is down below in the description. That being said, step 1 of the whole Easter egg is to just simply turn on power and pack a punch. I don't recommend you actually do this until around round 4 though, because you can spend rounds 1 to 3 getting a shit ton of points with the stiletto knife attachment on your strife. Usually, I pop a double points on rounds 3 and 4 while killing all zombies with only my strife melee attack in order to fully maximize my points. Once I'm down to the last zombie, I start opening up the map and activate wall-to-wall clearance in order to buy my ICR and Galva knuckles located right in the middle of the map. The ICR is a gun that's very powerful and you can use for the whole game, and the Galva knuckles are actually required for the Easter egg. After that, I continue to make my way through one of the houses and downstairs to begin the lockdown process for Pack-a-Punch. So once it's around round 4 or 5, you should be sitting with an ICR, Galva knuckles, and Pack-a-Punch fully opened up. Step 2 of the Easter egg is to input 4 access codes into the operations room RUSHMORE computer. Run up to the computer and hold square to boot it up. There will be a lot of quotes, so just wait a few seconds before trying to enter any codes into it. Keep in mind that the computer cannot be activated until after the round you turn on power and Pack-a-Punch. At this time, I recommend you open up the Notes app on your phone or just get a piece of paper and a pen. The locations for all the codes are the operations room on this desk, the APD interrogations room in one of these 3 locations, the APD control room under this stack of papers, and by the way, while you're in the APD control room, grab this key right here in the solitary. This will lead you to your 4th and final code found in the yellow house upstairs. Once you have the key, you can just run up to the drawer and press square to unlock it and have your code. Your job now is to just note all 4 of these codes and the name associated with them. For example, one of my codes was Purnell8544, so I wrote that down. Once you have all 4 codes, make your way to the operations room computer and input 7626 as your first code. Now read the subtitles and see which code you must insert next. I do believe, however, that every game, as long as you don't fail the first time, the order of insertion for these 4 access codes should be Operations Room, which of course I said is 7626 every single game, Sawyer, McCain, Purnell. There's a chance you may not have the same order, so just read the subtitles on your screen to make sure you're inputting the codes in the correct sequence. Anyways, once the 4 codes are entered, you will get a quote saying Project Toy Soldier activated. You can now move on to the next step. For step 3, you'll need to run downstairs and melee a zombie in front of one of these 4 TVs located in either the lounge, the beds again, or the diner. You'll know which location you must melee the zombie in front of because the TV will be staticky and making an ear-burning noise. So once you found your TV, switch to a weapon other than the strife and melee kill a zombie with your Galva knuckles in this location. You'll hear the TV reading out a letter followed by 4 numbers. Solo or co-op, pause your game after every sequence to write down these codes. They are representative of what sequence of houses you must run into and enter the times listed for each specific house. For example, my first code was F0930. This means I must run up to the clock in the house F and enter the time 9:30 on the clock. You can tell which house is which by looking at the mailboxes located nearby them, but A equals yellow house, B equals green house, C equals prisoner holding, D equals transfusion facility, E equals operations room, and finally F equals the APD interrogations room. If you miss a code and need to rehear either the house letter or time, just know that you can press square on the TV that you initially meleeed a zombie in front of, and it will replay all the codes out for you. On my screen, you are seeing the locations for all the clocks inside of each and every single house. You'll notice that in order to enter the times faster, I just melee the clock and it skips a whole hour. If I need to increase the clock by an increment of 15 minutes, then I just simply press square on it. Again, you must enter the times in the order of the letter of the house is given to you. So since F0930 was the first and C1015 was my second code, I have to run to house F, input 9:30 into its clock, and then run to house C second and enter 10:15 into that clock. That same order must be preserved throughout the rest of the codes. Anyways, once you've gone up to each and every clock and entered the times in the correct order, you'll have to figure out which clock you didn't change. You got 5 codes and there's 6 different houses. So work out which clock you didn't change and run up to it. Melee the clock and record the time it skips to. Input this as a 4-digit code into the RUSHMORE computer. You notice that in my game that the house I was missing was house A, and when I melee the clock, it gave me the time 1:45, so I converted that time into a 4-digit code, which was 0145, and input this code into the Rushmore computer, allowing me to move on to the next step. Side note, after successfully inputting the 4th clock's time, you can retrieve your free Pack-a-Punch Dragon Mark II from the wall in the operations house next to its clock. Another thing to note is that if you haven't built the shield by now, get that done because the next step will be horrendous if you don't have it on your back. Anyways, step 4 is to wait for Rushmore's dialogue to finish and then press square to access him. You'll have to locate a red Nova Crawler around the map. He's usually downstairs somewhere around Pack-a-Punch or even in the generator room, but really could be anywhere. Once you find him, you'll have to escort him to the transfusion facility. Be careful though, because he's not invincible, so while killing zombies, don't use your specialist or wraith fires or any way that you can really kill him very easily. Instead, utilize your Winter's Wail perk to freeze any zombies that keep slapping you up. Also, just generally try to keep them behind you, but if there are any in front of you that are really annoying, just melee them with your Galva knuckles. Progressively turn around to make sure that he didn't get too far away from you. This way, escorting him won't be even more painful. Once you've brought him there, bring him right next to these stairs inside of the facility, and you'll see that he'll walk right up the stairs, completing the step. Next step is to access Rushmore by pressing square on him once it allows you to. I also recommend you enter the code 7225 right after this so that you can spawn in a free bonfire sale. You can now Pack-a-Punch your weapon while it's active for 1000 points. So make your way to the Pack-a-Punch room really quickly and do just that. If you do want to wait a little bit longer to Pack-a-Punch, that's fine, but I just recommend you get that over with right now. Anyways, run to the storage area and press square on Adam. From there, immediately run straight to the MARLTON door in the upstairs diner area. Once the Adam unit gets there, he will scare MARLTON into giving you this element 115 canister. Pick it up and place it down right here in the transfusion facility. At this time, once this step is complete, you must have now ensured that you have crafted the telepads. Place down one telepad in the powerhouse and one right outside the prisoner holding in the locations you're seeing on your screen. Now your job is to just keep killing zombies and wait for a blue electric crawler zombie to spawn in. Stand in the spot that I am in my game, and he should throw an electric ball at you at various points in time, and this will power up the server. Just position yourself correctly and keep regrouping until you eventually get that electric ball to shock the server behind you. I know it can get very tricky, but you should eventually get him to hit it. Once the server is powered up, just press square on it and run right through that teleporter. Keep sprinting as fast as you can. As soon as you get out of that teleporter, straight to the operations room to place down the server right here. It may take you a few attempts to successfully do it. I'm not gonna lie, it usually does in my game as well, but if you have stamina up and even a katana as a specialist, this could be an amazing combo to get this down 100% and ensure that there are no issues getting the server from one end to another. Once the server is placed down, you can move on to the next step, but not before you have the Brain Rot Pack-a-Punch ability, because you actually need this in order to complete it. So get Brain Rot on your weapon and run to one of the 3 paintings in the locations you're seeing on your screen. Kill zombies until you Brain Rot one in front of one of the paintings. The zombie will knock down the painting off the wall, giving you a code. Write it down. The 3 painting locations are the beds, the lounge, and the greenhouse staircase. Once you Brain Rotted 3 zombies and have retrieved all 3 of your codes, make your way to the Rushmore computer and input the codes in the order you unlock them in. For example, I knocked down the paintings in the beds, then in the lounge, then in the greenhouse. So my 3 codes will be entered in this order. Once you successfully complete this step, hold square to access Rushmore once again. This will start the next step and shut down power in the map. Make your way into the bunker and change the power switches to the orientation you see on your screen. The diner power switch goes up, the bed's power switch goes up, the lounge power switch goes down, the generator's power switch goes up, the storage power switch goes down, and finally the solitary power switch goes down. Once all the switches are flipped in the right direction, you'll get a quote as well as see all green lights on the final power switch you flip, allowing you to go ahead and enable power in the map once again by making your way to the powerhouse and flipping the switch. Now access Rushmore yet again by pressing square on him. Next, check around the map and all the locations you're seeing on your screen to find a blue glowing mannequin. Press square on him to get trapped in the room, and that will begin a lockdown. Once the lockdown is complete, a body part will fall onto the floor where the mannequin was standing. Pick it up and move on to the next mannequin ritual. Repeat the process and then find one more mannequin around the map. After you go ahead and complete your 3rd and final ritual and pick up your 3rd and final body part, run to the APD interrogations room and hold square on the body. Now run to the Rushmore computer and enter the code 3279 in order to slow down the zombies for the next 3 minutes. You can alternatively pop an undead man walking if you want to. Now wait for the zombies to spawn back in and locate the blue orb either in the yellow house top floor, greenhouse bottom floor, or Pack-a-Punch area in the mannequin room. Escort this blue wisp around the map until it reaches its final destination, which of course is the mannequin body in the APT interrogations room. Now access Rushmore once more and make your way down to the APD control room, where you can press square on the computer to begin the boss fight. Step 1 of the boss fight is collecting souls in the APT control room. Kill enough zombies until they stop spawning and the Avogadro spawns in. Now wait in the APD control hallway until you can leave the area. As soon as you can, run straight down to the storage room and activate the soul canister in there. Kill zombies until a max ammo and carpenter spawns in. You'll get a quote telling you that you've completed the souls as well. Once you've collected your rewards, leave the room quickly because the Avogadro will electrocute the shit out of it, shutting it down for the remainder of the boss fight. Just note that you don't technically need to shoot the Avogadro ever during any of the lockdowns, but if he's charging up, it's recommended that you do indeed shoot him so that you can minimize the damage he does to you. Before you blink, he can zap you down to 50 HP, so be aware of the Avogadro while killing zombies to fill up the canisters. Anyways, after you complete the storage room soul collection, make your way to the lounge and press square to activate the canister in there. Repeat exactly what you just did in the storage room, ignoring the Avogadro as much as possible and killing zombies as fast as you can. Once you complete this one, go to the diner and do the same thing. Collect your max ammo carpenter and make your way to the final canister located in the bedroom. Press square on the canister, fill up the souls as usual, and then collect your rewards once complete. Now just make your way to the APD control room and wait for the Avogadro to show up. You now have to shoot him until he goes right in the front of the staircase of the APD. If you have your katana, you can use this to melee him and make this even easier on yourself, but if you don't, just continue to shoot him in until you get him right in front of the staircase. Anyways, once you do get him right in front of that staircase, he'll be sucked into the APD. Just run up to the computer in the room and hold square to activate it. You can now run up the stairs and grab the elemental shard, activating the cutscene, and that is it. You have now completed DLC 3 Alpha Omega. Drop a like on the video if it did help you out. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel for a ton of other awesome DLC 3 Alpha Omega zombies videos, and of course any other zombies videos we're gonna have here on the channel, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.